So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Breeze. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Ready. 90.
Now Breeze on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 42. They go play action here on first down. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory.
Yeah, you should have seen this fucking play.
A big play that time.
I mean, if you're ready to, you want to shower first or eat first?
Baker Mayfield, obviously the #1 pick overall. That was controversial, though. What ultimately made the Browns go in his way?
Well, post-draft, I did hear a Browns executive talk about the efficacy of Baker Mayfield. In other words, how people rally to him, how people respond to him. He talked about seeing him at a workout, how he showed up, yelled out to the other guys. They yelled back with the same response, ran right to him, and they were ready to...
Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Browns add on to their lead.
Guarantee that all the points they score in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long. They're certainly starting to set that type of a pace, and what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On second down, Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
Yellow weighty.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Watson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And even 50 receiving yards for him now in this first quarter alone, and also a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now Breeze. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints are back within a score. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Eluding the pressure right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
And another example of why Baker Mayfield went #1 in the draft. His ability to confound defensive coordinators. They played him for the pass. They covered it well. He takes off with his legs and scrambles for a big gain.
A first carry for the rookie Nick Chubb. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
The Browns opted not to pick a running back with their first 2 selections at number 1 and 4 in the first round. But they circled back in the second round and got a really good one to Nick Chubb out of Georgia. Broke off a nice run there, and that's where he's good. Good vision, able to see where the hole is, and make nice gains each time he touches the ball.
That's Njoku over the middle. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They go play action. Mayfield. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Alex Okafor in there to get him for a loss of 5.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Mayfield on play action. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field, and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. 4th down, Mayfield. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. To throw, Mayfield. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. And the numbers from a week ago for Jarvis Landry. 5 catches, 113 yards, and a score. Johnson. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Duke Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And there he had to break multiple tackles to earn that touchdown. Bottom line, he earned that touchdown.
Indeed he did. That was pretty much a get-off-of-me run and all the way into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
On 1st down, Breeze. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely.
You're going to make me like,
what reason? What's going on out there? It's not just maybe the defense is playing well.
Are you eating?
Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
3 of them.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And now running right through it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. Able to get away. The Browns are in the end zone. Touchdown. He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one. So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Breeze to throw on second down. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Breeze now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10.
4 down, check. Ready.
Breeze leads this one with Kamara. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out.
Ready. Waiting.
Shotgun now for Breeze. It's brought in right side by Ginn. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Breeze to another longtime vet, Ginn, for the New Orleans first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ready. We're waiting. Flag 51.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And that is incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. That'll bring up 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Breeze will try again on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Breeze now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Breeze to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Larry Ogunjobi breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Ready. You waiting?
A give. This is Kamara. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Ginn has it complete. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And Lutz puts this one through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Go. Green 39! Green 39!
Mayfield on 1st down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A good pickup there, a 22.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. point after try forthcoming. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play? And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. Yeah. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there.
Ready. We're waiting.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Larry Ogunjobi in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Oh, good footwork on the spin. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. As the offense comes out, we put our Madden spotlight on Baker Mayfield. And they must have seen something leading up to this one that said, hey, we're going to be able to go deep, because they've gone deep with a lot. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 27.
4 down.
A 1st down throw from Mayfield. A look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't it? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
4 down. Check. 4 down.
1st down, Mayfield. To the right side and complete to Njoku. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
4 down. Check.
From the red zone now, Mayfield pushing through the contact. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Darren Fells, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns continue to roll.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents, and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And we shift our attention to Mark Ingram. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? And Thomas has it. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady.
Breeze now on first down. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Ready. We waiting.
Now Breeze on third down. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Ready. Yellow waiting, yellow waiting.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A reminder coming up at halftime, the coach is back. He made it through the first weekend. That's the good news, and he's going to regale you with stats and scores from around the NFL here in the early games in Week 2.
You think he questioned coming back for Week 2, having to work with us?
I think he did. He's just happy that he is far away in Orlando. Breeze now to throw. And that's complete. It's Watson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
When we watch Drew Brees practice, the thing that always strikes us is after every throw he makes, he continues to go through his progressions. You know, so he gets that muscle memory. Okay, in a game, if I don't have this throw I just made, I might have this one, I might have that one. It's amazing. One of the reasons he's come out so hot today, he's already seen it happen. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
0-2. Ready.
Again, they'll throw with Breeze. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Ready. You waiting?
Again, it's Breeze. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
What's the talk of that?
How about this Browns defense they've held so far? This is now 3rd and goal.
Ready. You waiting?
They'll look to run with Ingram. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Mark Ingram, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints get a bit closer.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Lutz with the extra point. Will cut this lead down to 25. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership, by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Flushed out right. Oh, now he bowls him over. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Excellent field position after the face mask penalty. 1st and 10 out near midfield.
Hurry up, here we go.
From the gun, Mayfield. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd down, Mayfield again. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Here we go now.
Mayfield. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. He's got his tight end in Njoku. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout, and they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And his kick is indeed good. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They had a big 1st half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the 2nd half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the 1st half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is Don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here.
4 down, 4 down. All right, here we go. 3-19.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Mayfield now on second down. And an alley to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
That's complete over the middle to Callaway. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
4 down, 4 down. Alert.
Here's Mayfield. Forced out to his left. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Baker Mayfield, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are pouring it on. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his 2nd season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did, and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
4 down. Ready. Yellow wavy. Play set. Mike, 53. Mike. Play set.
On first down, Breeze. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Ready. You waiting? Play set.
Breeze will try again on 2nd down. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
I'm destroying them.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And
well, good. Walk around with a smile on your face.
At the 40. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So that'll back them up 5. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
I felt like I needed that. Oh, man.
And that'll set him back.
I don't know if anybody was on there, yeah. That's not what I was bitching about. That's 1st and 30 because I got delay of games. Oh, yeah, I feel better. Oh, my legs are jumping. Or at least my hips are. Fuck, baby. Now I'm ready to get high.
I'm ready for a kiss. Did I do a good job today? I did everything. Yeah, I think I did everything good today. Fixed the washing machine. I made you dinner.
Now all you gotta do is go out there and make sugar cookies.
Huh?
Now all you gotta do is go out there and make those sugar cookies.
5.
I don't have no foil. I forgot foil.
Well, perhaps the center has a little stage fright here. Let's see if he can do better this time. It's now 1st and 30. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground.
All right, here we go.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Being chased out left. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Hey, boys, got 4 down.
3rd and long for Mayfield.
No shit.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Help. Let's get your own ass up here. Man, I wish I could.
You know.
4 down. Ready? You waiting? Wait a sec.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Yellow waiting.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara.
Come
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
here. I know, but you gotta come
He
a
does it
little
at a high
bit
level,
closer.
doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Ready. We're waiting. One shot.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back.
Yeah.
He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
And now following that timeout, the that's caught. It's Thomas. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Ready. We're waiting.
Breeze hands to Ingram. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. They come out here in the eye. Breeze to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Josh Hill, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. A solid first half for him so far. A good start to the second half.
And I'm going to try not to go overboard with praise here, but I can't help it. He is playing so well. Really accurate with the ball, finding guys open downfield, and finding the end zone 3 times. That'll help offset the 1 interception.
Absolutely. Just that 1 pick with the 3 touchdowns so far. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
All right, here we go.
They run again on 1st down. Chubb. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
2nd down, Mayfield. Flush to his right. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
A first down throw from Mayfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
The quarterback just hit 100 yards rushing in this one game. With 400 and some total yards offense.
They go with Chubb on second down.
Too.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. Room to run inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack. And guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Mayfield on first down. An incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
Well, man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. A give. This is Chubb. He's still barreling. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
You should have saw that
Nick
run.
Chubb, his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns continue to roll.
Sure they'll show it. Yep.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into it?
Really, babe, you're beating him like a motherfucker. Here.
Yeah, look. From way back here.
30-yard line.
Boom, boom, boom. Still dragging him. Oh, there we go. Now I can simulate. Sweet.
Fourth quarter, and it's kind of getting to be desperation time here for this defensive side. They need to get the ball back to their offense. They have a chance to do that on third down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's... A lot of points put on the board so far by this offense. Now they're looking for more. Already winning here in the second half, ball in the red zone.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. It's incomplete.
Oh,
took a
come
shot,
on.
couldn't connect. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that
Fuck it, I'm
downfield?
telling
I'd be
you.
a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Does that, he got to get both feet in?
Yeah, I know you do. How old is he?
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
Oh,
This ball's
shit.
tipped and intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the... Fourth quarter, and it's kind of getting to be desperation time here for this defensive side. They need to get the ball back to their offense. They have a chance to do that on third down. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the... Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Are they clicking on offense?
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Browns, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head home next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Damn, total offense, they weren't that far behind me, really.
sure they're a good fit for the job. It's no wonder Indeed delivers 3 times more hires than any other job site. See beyond the resume with Indeed. Post your next job at Indeed.com/skills and try skill test for free.
Frustrated that clean clothes you want to wear always seem to need an iron? Next time, try Bounce Wrinkle Guard dryer sheets. Just toss it in the dryer to bounce out wrinkles. We dried these shorts with Bounce Wrinkle Guard and a pair without. The Bounce Wrinkle Guard shorts have fewer wrinkles and static and more softness. It's the world's first mega sheet that does the job of 3 dryer sheets. It also comes in unscented.
These players are on the last year of their contract. Re-sign them so you don't lose them next season.
Check your free credit scores at Credit Karma. Here's to progress. It's chicken and waffles basket time at DQ.
Chicken strips,
Belgian waffles,
syrup,
fries,
savory,
sweet.
my lady.
My man. Your daughter. I love our daughter. DQ. Happy tastes good.
These lemons are so much better. So much. Try these ones.
Alright, gentlemen, we made way too many mistakes this week, okay?
I think
Coach
yours is
Jack's
just more
going in,
fresh.
simplified the game
I
plan.
think yours
Let's
is
go
just
out
more
here and
fresh.
execute. Hey, we gotta execute to win.
Yeah, because these are harder.
Let's go! 319! 319! Set! Green! Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39! Hot!
That's my fault.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Hot! Hurry up, here we go! Green 39! Green 39! Set! Green 39! Green 39! Hot! Here we go now! Green 39!
There we go. 4 out of 4.
Hurry up, here we go! Blue 90! Blue 90! Hot! Set! Green 39! Green 39! Hot!
Said, Lori, forget Brooks. Why is your daughter hanging out with a porn star on Thanksgiving?
Well, it wasn't on Thanksgiving, but that was when I was delivering.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
He said she said, and I don't know. Lori wasn't there. I wasn't there. I saw the text. I saw the text that Lori saying. It was an 8-year age, porn star. As you told the story, all of a sudden,
Hurry up, here we go. 319! 319!
Listen up, fellas. I think we all know what today was. Today simply wasn't good enough. We have high aspirations as a team. If we want to get there, we got to raise our game. Today was not good enough. Next practice, I want it better.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Hot! Now let's go! 319! 319! Here we go now! Blue 90! Blue 90! Hot!
Well, I just wonder if there's any hope to preserve your friendship because it is.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Next time on the
Hey, big fella, swing over here. Let's talk. We've been talking about you getting better every week. You know what? Today you got better. Let's keep it up.
I'll take
Hurry up, here
silver.
we go! 319! 319!
I guess I'll take silver.
usually a lot more With Dodge Power Dollars, more power in your fuel cash allowance. Purchase now and get $10 per horsepower. That's $7,970 on the SRT and red eye. Hello?
Hello there. I'll enjoy his tropic calling.
renter's insurance. Yeah, switching and saving was really easy. Could use a little salt.
Visit Geico.com and see how easy saving on renter's insurance can be.
Nothing gets a family's full attention like my freshly prepared chicken. The delicious KFC $20 fill-up with 8 pieces of extra crispy chicken and sides will surely get your kids off their phones. And they may even look at you, their loving parent. KFC, head finger looking good. Halloween is awesome.
Someone to jail.
Sounds awful.
Yeah. So, you guys ran errands today.
Little rat bastard sold me out, didn't he?
Almost immediately. Why would you take a 13-year-old boy to the track?
I thought it would be better if they didn't hang around the house all day doing nothing.
He was supposed to be doing the bookkeeping.
I'm percolating.
Boy, you are some role model.
Well, one of us has to be.
So, exactly how much did he win?
$1,100.
Wow.
Forget it. It's not going to loan you any.
All right, we'll put it in the bank. It'll be a nice addition to his college fund.
What college fund?
The one with $1,100 in it.
Alan, he won the money fair and stupid.
So, you think I'll let him keep it?
What's the worst that can happen? So he blows. It's a life lesson, and we get a donut machine.
What?
It's just money, Alan.
But I don't want him to think like that.
Oh, much better he think like you. Squirreling away every dime he makes, so he'll have it handy for alimony payments and phone sex.
For the last time, I misdialed.
Yeah, every Wednesday night for 20 minutes.
Okay. We are not talking about the phone bills. We are talking about teaching Jake sound financial principles, and I am entitled to a date night.
Take the money away from him.
Oh, no. I'm not going to be bad guy.
Well, I'm not going to be the bad guy either.
It's your fault.
You want to point the finger? Look for the horse trainer with crystal meth and Mr. McNude's feedback. But that Clydesdale is still running.
Okay. You think you know best? Well, let him keep them up. Mark my words, no good can come from a boy like Jake and that kind of cash flow.
Come on, the kid might surprise you.
Here's $100.
What's that for?
A rubber lamp.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we'll see the New York Jets and their rookie quarterback from USC, Sam Darnold, as they get set to match up with the #1 overall pick, Baker Mayfield, and the Cleveland Browns. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, is Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. It's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot.
A scoreless game here early on, but how much longer will that hold up as we've got action in the red zone on 1st and 10. First down, Mayfield. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
First carry for Nick Chubb. Had a nice broken tackle and then brought down right around the 20. It's a 7-yard gain that gets him back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, 4 down. Now let's go!
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Browns are out to... A big early 3rd down here for this defense as they look to hold on and force a field goal try. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. It's Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Sack, baby! Sack, baby!
On plays like this with a...
This offense has marched the ball down the field nicely. In good position, can they finish the drive off? 1st and 10 in the red zone. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed it in future. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Jarvis Landry, his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
Sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys.
Just above 1 minute remaining here in the second quarter. This offense looking to get down at least into field goal range, but they're starting on their own side of the field. To throw, Mayfield. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it a second down. The Jets and Browns, two cellar dwellers from a year ago, and they did meet in that season, Week 5 in Cleveland. Myles Garrett, it was his NFL debut. He got 2 sacks, but it was former Brown Josh McCown throwing 2 second-half touchdown passes to lead the Jets to the victory.
And every time I hear about the Jets and Browns playing, you know what I think about? The first ever Monday Night Football game. The Jets at the Browns. Cleveland won. I believe it was 1970.
It was indeed. I just happen to have the note here. I don't know this off the top of my head, but September 21st, 1970. So we have reached halftime, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Browns are going to get the second-half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation. And it looks like this offense is going to pass up a potential 58-yard field goal attempt and go for it on 4th. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. These guys had to punt. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more. This defense in need of a big stop in a tight game in the fourth quarter. Let's see if they can get that stop they need.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay.
The key coming up here, preserve the lead for this defense. 4th quarter, close game. 3rd down, here we go.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Oh, and after the sack,
quarterback
he's
out.
Still down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. This defense holding on to a slim 3-point lead here in the 4th. They need to hold on and hopefully yield no more than a field goal. First throw now for the backup McCown. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball. And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Working from the gun, McCown. This will be caught at about the 6. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter, it's a good running back dive play.
McCown now on 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him.
There's more than she's got.
And Myers able to knock it through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied.
Busy to where the whole counter, like where the pizza stuff is, was lined up with tickets. That's how bad it was. Like it was busy, and they said it was food any good. Their pizza's actually good. I never ate there before until she gave me a piece of pizza that was left still in it from dinner. But when I start working like the front, like the kitchen area, like it all put in like little things.
So here's the situation. The football in the red zone for the offense. 2nd down and 1.
Green 39! Green 39!
The busy night continues for Johnson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. you've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the two defensive tackles in a four-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
He'll get it up the middle. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
But for 6 hours, I made $52. But when I start working the front area, I can get tips. Like when you're doing it and they leave you tips or something, yeah, then I'll start making like tips and make it more.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look to grab a late lead. They'll give it to him up the middle. A good display of power, but ultimately it gets him just inside the 5 to the 4 and no further. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Duke Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have moved out in front.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time. The task for the defense here is simple. Get a stop. They've got a 1-score, 7-point lead. They start the drive with a give to Powell. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Clock running here under 90 seconds to go. Back to throw. And that's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his home. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Back to throw. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and his last one, a first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense. Say, okay, we'll come after you instead.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
3rd and 20.
They'll look to throw. Oh, some strong running. He hits Jermaine Kearse. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
We pick Coco.
Now McCown got to have this one. And he hits his man, Matthews. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. He's back to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
He'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. And there's the spike. It stops the clock at 22 seconds remaining. Back to throw, McCown. That is caught at the 7. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. To throw is McCown. Dumps off to Powell. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. One final try for McCown, and it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty, and with that, the ball game is over. Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone, and that's all she wrote.
And they had the final shot. The last snap taken that close to the end zone. They don't get it in, so they'll regret that. But flip it over, making a stand in that portion of the field, congratulations to them.
So for Cleveland, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they fall to defeat for the 2nd time this season. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Friday's supposed to be 80. And then Saturday 56.
You going to the flea market this weekend, babe? Huh?
What?
You going to the flea market this weekend?
I need to. I've been posting a lot of it online though.
Oh, I hate being sick. Sucks.
I always got NyQuil on deck. So you can drink some and then you pass the fuck out. That used to be my go-to medicine when you're getting on my fucking nerves.
Wow.
I ain't gonna lie, I sure did. I used to doge ass all the time. I keep that shit on deck.
Stay in my room now, or I'm never home. Can't get it now.
He was wise and strong.
What?
I hate being sick.
Again.
Well, I know, baby.
She's Benadryl.
There's NyQuil in there.
Yeah, but Benadryl is what she needs because it's allergies.
Get rid of him. Did you go crazy there for a second?
I don't know. I just couldn't.
Yeah, I think it's his eyes. It's like they're looking right into my soul.
That's what Mom said.
What's to say that about my eyes?
Really? Because now they're kind of milky and bloodshot.
Actually, the one on the right is starting to look a little lazy.
You know, you're right.
Okay, that's enough.
Come on, Charlie. You can't expect to compete with a guy half your age.
I am not competing.
Well, you shouldn't, because it's perfectly natural. Each generation passes the torch on to the next. The child becomes the hunter. The hunter becomes the revered elder.
They didn't have Sprite, so I got you 7-Up.
Chase the buffalo. It's time to stay back with the old women and make necklaces.
Why is the love seat in the thing?
Because we're getting ready to throw it away. Did you see the living room?
No.
Go look at the living room.
Soup thermos.
What did you do to yourself?
Nothing. Just do a little work outdoors. Got some sun.
I think it's your teeth.
No, I just brushed them real good. So, can I come in?
Gee, Charlie, I really wish you would have called.
Looks good.
He did it. I was at work. He cleaned the stove too. And the refrigerator.
About to.
I am so sorry. I would understand if you fired
So he said if I keep on bitching, he'll end up eventually doing something. So I started bitching about the hot water tank.
Oh yeah, it's getting cold. We need some hot water now.
Positive events. You're the next generation. Young,
Start bitching.
good looking. You can buy Chloe expensive
They
jewelry.
ain't gonna listen.
You can buy an expensive unit. Oh, right. That's me. What do you say, Fawn? Wanna go shopping?
Okay, well, I'm getting shot.
Yeah, you're fine.
With catering delivery from Olive Garden, we make the food and deliver right to your door, so you won't have to lift a finger. Just a fork. I can't believe it.
What? That our new house is haunted by Casper the Friendly Ghost.
And another sucky part about being sick. I started my period too.
I know, I should be starting anytime.
I got snacks. Ooh, I got popcorn, I got caramel corn, I got kettle corn.
Yeah, Mom is saying.
Worst time.
You ain't telling me nothing, I already know. I should be starting anytime. I think I should have started last week.
Richard?
Because I thought last time I started around the first or third of the month. Here it is, the 8th, and I still haven't started.
I guarantee you wake up in the morning and you're on your period.
Well, when I went to Menards, I bought me a box of tampons because I only had a couple left, and I was like, well, while I'm here, I might as well just buy them. So I ended up buying me some.
Since you bought some and I'm on my period, I guarantee you're gonna wake up in the morning and
You
you're
got
start.
some?
What?
Pads.
Yeah. I still have the thing you had bought me.
Okay.
Arm & Hammer plus OxyClean with Odor Blasters detergent. It eliminates tough odors and blasts away the food for a clean that will leave you in at a fraction of the cost. Impacts in liquid. Arm & Hammer. More power to you.
What goes with a dollar soft drink from McDonald's?
Take your cold hands and hold my balls.
I can't, the dog is in the way.
You like wine, right?
Nice try. Now, come on, let's think of something else. What do we used to do?
You used to give me baths.
Yeah.
hot enough? Was it hot enough?
What are you doing?
Get away from the water.
Parker's over this game.
Man, it's crazy to think that the girls are going to be 4 and Blake 8. I know. They're the age that Blake was when I had them.
So what are we planning for the party anyway?
Blake, what kind of party do you want? A luau. If we're going to have an outside party, we need to do it this year because I don't know how long we'll be in that house and it's got a pool. So what a birthday party.
Hell yeah, that's a good idea.
Our old house is still under construction, and we're trying to do anything that we can to make the best of our situation.
Pineapple, coconut, papaya.
Our lease is up on this new house in 6 weeks. We were able to convince the owners to go month to month, but that just means whenever they find a buyer, we gotta move out within a month. It's kind of scary.
Hey, I don't see any of you. Riley, you got to stay over here.
What's all this on them?
So, like, what are you going to be in Dallas?
I mean, I don't know. They want me there at least once a month, and like I haven't been this month yet.
What you going there for? Meetings?
Yeah. I recently became a partner in a health and wellness company in Dallas under the condition that I make at least one trip there per month. My first trip was supposed to be this week, but I asked if it was possible.
What are you making, that soup? Are you doing it in the microwave? Alright.
The bad thing is you're gonna push these once a month meetings to where it's the worst possible time, and then you gotta make it happen.
But the one thing he does know is that for the last 4 years, these birthdays have always been the same spot. So, is it today? Is it tonight? Is it tomorrow? When is it?
I know Adam's doing this for the good of the family, but I knew when Adam accepted this job, it was going to be problematic. And here we are, the busiest week of our year, and I don't even know if Adam's going to leave to go to Dallas on a moment's notice. I'm trying to keep calm, but I'm not happy about it.
It's getting close to the birthday party. You better figure it out. Come here, Hazel.
But we also have to get Hazel's new glasses.
You gonna get new glasses? What color you gonna get? Red? Let me see. Look at me. Oh, you gonna be cute in red glasses.
The doctor said that she might not want to
That's
wear
his
her glasses
favorite.
for a little bit because it's going to be an adjustment. But,
Because her prescription changed
cold?
quite a bit.
but we'll see.
So Hazel's been crossing her eyes and turning her head a little bit. The doctor recommended that we change
I
her
think
eye
she kind of
prescription,
wants a
so
nice
hopefully
clean
that
bed.
helps because we
You'd
really
have
want to
made it all nice and pretty for you.
She's grown. She should have
Mom,
been
they were happy if I came home and I wasn't sick.
measuring her PDs with her eyes up. So PDs
At
are
least you're at home while you're sicky, and you got a nice clean bed, and you got soup and stuff. And there's plenty of medicine. Did you take some of that medicine?
So I take some now or after I eat.
Just wait till you after you eat.
Hoping that this new prescription allows her condition to improve.
I don't know.
There's supposed to be purple in the back.
What's
But
that?
yeah, my hair's too dark. Can't
You
do
don't
it.
care?
Alright, let's get our clubs.
But I always get tired of waiting for T-Ball.
Oh, well, you know.
And
She acts like she ain't got no money and shit. Kills me and shit.
Kaylee had a little bit extra blue hair dye. I mean, it was enough to get that green out of my hair.
There's so many kids.
And I was, T-Ball was taking forever.
But she ain't got no money. You know?
But yeah, she'd go get her hair done.
Oh, I guess Saturday. I forgot to leave her rent money.
She was freaking out.
She was freaking out. So she texted me at 2 o'clock. And she said, when are you going to be home? And my reply was, damn, money hungry? I'm still at work. I'll be home in about 30 minutes. She told David, oh, she's grouchy, gotta go. If she was here, well, I guess. I didn't know that she was here. So then I called, I guess she had just left after about when I pulled in. She was, had just left. So I called her and she was over at Cloud 9. And then she was like, I'll be back for my rent money. I'll be back in a minute.
Her and her rent money.
Four yet, and she's gonna be going into a 5-year-old class.
She's always broke.
That class is like filled with like.
So I
I don't know what she does with all her money.
So what happens when she had a car that was paid off and everything else, and then was turned around and was buy another car.
I don't even know what the fuck. I don't even know how she got money. Especially when she works 2 jobs.
I feel like on a day-to-day
But she don't have the house to pay no more.
I don't get it. I don't know.
She wasn't.
That's because she gotta pay. She pays some money over there at her house now. Or Paul's house, whatever you want to say.
I'm gonna do this, let me do it, and so you kind of have to just let her try. Riley, do you want to touch bugs? She is gonna be president one day, and she knows it. there's not going to be a dog showing up, Adam. They're still too small for it. I need you to sit in your chair. In your chair.
What's today's date?
The 10th, I think. Or the 8th. The 8th.
I'm not giving you anything. You don't talk like that.
Come on. You don't talk to mommy and daddy like that. I'm going to the corner.
Adam thinks the girls are mature enough and old enough to have the responsibilities.
This is what they're, babe.
Let's be real.
What?
They're showing those two at the drive-in. Adam's Family cartoon and the original Beetlejuice.
You want to go in the corner now? Alright, that's 3. Where's Riley? Riley Page.
If you bring a pet into the home, 100% of the responsibility is going to fall on you. When Adam left his old job after 13, 14 years, I gave up a lot so that he could focus and start his own career. But right now, it's like I need some of my independence back because I'm going to lose my mind. Frankly, I'm pretty annoyed that he's bringing up a dog when he can't even give me a straight answer about his work schedule. If he leaves me with all this chaos to take care of, then there's going to be some hell to pay.
What do you want your cake to look like?
Oh, yeah, do you want a birthday cake? Oh, no. Oh, what's wrong, Parker?
It's okay, Parker.
It's okay.
Poor Parker. Out of all the girls, she's the one that just is a little bit more sensitive. What's that smell in here? Did you TT in your bed? I mean, it breaks my heart. You need to look at the calendar and we need to say, these are open days. When it comes to Adam's job, if this is how it's going to be, it's going to get old fast.
Once we get a month down the road, it'll be a lot easier to schedule it all around.
We have got to get on a planned routine and schedule with this.
Based off of your convenience.
Girls, we're going to eat vegetables today, okay?
That's just salad. A little bit of broccoli simply throws into a full meltdown.
Vegetables taste like stuff.
Outdaughtered, all new, tonight at 8 on TLC. The wave of a hand, stains appear like a dirty trick. What's clean can't be covered.
Yeah, but I want to be there for him, Mr. B. College has been a big adjustment.
Your sleep. You make stains disappear. She'll trap odors the door. Come on, do that again. No secrets, no illusions. We make OxyClean. You make it work. Work your magic. The ups and downs of frequent mood swings can plunge you into deep depressive lows. Take you to uncontrollable highs. Or they'll take you both at once. Overwhelmed by bipolar 1 symptoms? Ask about Vraylar. Some medications only treat the lows or the highs. Vraylar effectively treats depression, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1. Full spectrum relief of all symptoms with just 1 pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis.
Man, I can't believe I can't find a decent dry wet vac.
Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements may be relieved. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Metabolic changes may occur. Movement dysfunction, restlessness, sleepiness, stomach issues are common side effects. When bipolar 1 overwhelms, Vraylar helps smooth the ups and downs.
Frisky's World. Whoa, so many choices. Look, extra gravy. And little soups. There's the shreds. Yeah, Frisky's has it all. I want it all. Can I have it all?
Feed their fantasy.
Advanced Feed Serum. With Bifidus Prebiotic. Accelerates skin surface recovery for a stronger skin barrier. It's not with you, but this
Wow. Motherfucker.
Ow, motherfucker! Hey, man, I'm trying to love on you. Ouch! I'm just trying to love.
No, I got an itch on my knuckles, and the only way it's gonna go away is if I punch the shit out of it.
Alright, well, my fingers has got an itch to come back here and.
Nah!
Massage your calves.
At Stitch Fix, we don't just see your size or your style. We see you. Let us find your perfect fit at StitchFix.com.
Really? Does it hurt? Oh, I'm sorry.
Damn. Good damn What are you flinching for? Huh? What are you flinching for? Fuck you up.
I love you though.
Make a website with GoDaddy and put what you want out there.
I still got another load of laundry to do. I got 2 loads of laundry to do more.
Franchise Ultimate Team.
Like, what the fuck? You could tell the washer's been broke all weekend.
Start with supporting your gut health. Only Activia has billions of our live and active probiotics. So let's make this the summer of loving your gut.
I'm done with this football bullshit.
Your gut. There's no set path.
Are you done with this? And the sexy lady?
No.
You sure?
You can turn the air conditioner on.
No, you're not turning that air on. It's fucking cold as shit in here.
Make a website with GoDaddy and put what you want out
You keep doing laundry. No, it's not.
It's fucking cold.
It is not.
It's